Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Hotline Live, all the way from Boston. See, before we start, Keith, I'm delighted to say we've got a new...
Now, see, before you do that...
Right, go on.
Right, can I honestly... So, another technological shambles. We've had nothing but trouble since you came out here. You're a jinx.
I know.
And by the way, you better not put a jinx in the team tonight. So, just to set the scene, me and Scotty were all set up, ready to go. And once again, Dan has come in like Wreck-It Ralph. The thing's collapsed 2 minutes before we go to air.
Folk know the truth.
Wee Scotty's been relegated.
Yep.
He's now getting in a huff over there.
If you had to drop one, though. You know what I mean? I'm delighted.
Yeah, because of what you're about to have to do.
I'm delighted to say we've got a new sponsor, Keith.
Yeah.
Scottish Water. The good people at Scottish Water have backed us through the World Cup, and I've got a little message from them.
Oh, good. So you can use Scottish Water to have a wee shower after you've read out this.
Exactly.
Okay.
Aye. The heat out here is unbearable. Right, folks, the pressure's on and every save counts on the pitch and off it. Stop your water use going into extra time. Keep showers as short as a VAR check, which can be quite long, actually, now that I think about it. But anyway, only boil what's needed for a cuppa, and don't leave the tap running. It's not just Gunn or Gordon making the big saves. Come on, Tartan Army, goals matter, but water is always worth saving. Play your part and search Scottish Water today.
Did you write that?
Like a pro.
Did you write that?
If I'd written it, it'd be a lot shorter. I can assure you that. Right, we're already getting some comments in. John Paul says Thelma Louise. Don't know about that. We're obviously here ahead of one of the biggest nights in Scottish football for 3 decades. Keith, Scotland, Haiti. We'll get stuck into that in a wee minute. We've been out and about in Boston today. But before we do that, domestic matters. An exclusive...
You actually can't take a minute, can you? I mean, literally. I'm thinking, do you know what? This is quite nice. For the first time in this whole trip, because it's match day, you got a little bit of downtime, do your own thing. Phone started going almost as soon as I was out of bed this morning. And filed it earlier. It's really big news from back home.
Huge.
Rangers have asked now Hearts for official permission to open talks about making Derek McInnes the next Rangers manager. At a time, first and foremost, what you take from that is that Danny Rowe is more than halfway out the door. The way that Andrew Kavanagh does his business, I think that means that that's very close to completion, Danny Rowe's move to Red Bull Salzburg. So it's all happening. My information is that Rangers haven't spoken directly with Derek McInnes, but they have been given permission to open back channeling with his advisors. I think that's been ongoing over the course of the last 24 hours. I don't see anything being finalised today. Derek McInnes is here in Boston and he's going to be at the Scotland game tonight, as will Andrew Kavanagh, as will Chief Executive of Hearts, Andrew McKinlay. Would you believe this is genuinely a freakish coincidence? Andrew Kavanagh was always going to be here. This is months in the planning because he's at the Rangers Supporters Association thing. I'm going to say Milwaukee.
I think it is Milwaukee. I think you're right.
And so it had always been part of the planning that he would attend that, but also fly up to Boston for this game against Haiti. Derek McInnes, I'm not sure how long-standing his plans were to be here, but he is here. And Andrew McKinlay, that was a long-standing thing. Obviously, he's closely connected with the SFA, having served there previous. But yeah, the top and bottom of it is the conversations are underway. That would suggest to me that Derek McInnes must feel fairly comfortable that he's not entered himself into a beauty pageant. He wouldn't do that, I don't think.
And by that, Keith, you mean it's just him? There's no one else Rangers are after?
That he's not going to get told you're the unsuccessful candidate. I think he's the preferred option and the only option at this point. That could change or would change if things weren't concluded in the negotiations. I fully expect them to be concluded. I don't think Hearts are going to stand in his way. I think Tony Bloom probably believes that he's got a production line of head coaches that can all come in as he's proven with Brighton, with likes of De Zerbi and all these guys. So yeah, I think there are still loose ends to tie up in terms of concluding with Red Bull Salzburg for Danny Rowe. They would then need to enter into more formal discussions with Derek McInnes. But I think from the initial sort of back channeling, everybody feels really comfortable, and I think this deal, I'd be surprised if it isn't concluded at some point next week.
Well, look, if you're watching at home or if you're out and about with the Tartan Army in America, let us know your thoughts. Who's the Snitch says McInnes would be mad to go to Rangers. Are we to assume from this, Keith, that Derek McInnes, this is a move that definitely entices him? We know he's turned down Rangers once before, and
He
it was a
didn't
long
turn
time.
down Rangers.
Oh, sorry, I apologise.
He turned down Dave King.
There you go.
And it's a really
and it was a long
important
time ago
distinction.
now. Aye.
And I think what people need to remember out there as well is he did so after seeking the advice of Walter Smith, the guy who he always considered to be a managerial mentor. And you know, it's worth pointing out as well that Walter Smith always wanted Derek McInnes to become the manager of Rangers Football Club. If Walter Smith thinks it's a good idea, then I think the Rangers fans, if there are any out there that haven't got on board with it, then I think if they know that Walter Smith always believed that Derek McInnes had everything required to be a successful manager of Rangers, then they should take some comfort in that, I think. Alan, I don't think anybody is better qualified to make that assessment.
Alan in the comments says, why would he become Rangers manager and he hasn't achieved anything? Sing the Blues says, Weedale getting the gig terrifies me, to be honest. I know Sing the Blues is a big Rangers man. Personally, I think it'd be a great appointment. And when you look at it this way, Hearts, having pushed Celtic so close there, with Shankland and McInnes at the forefront of it, for them to suddenly go to Rangers for not a lot of money either, it's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, and I think the Hearts board might be having to ask itself a few questions on how this has been allowed to happen.
Well, sorry, Keith, to jump in. I'll ask it now. How has this been allowed to happen? How can you get the star man, their 20-goal striker, their manager that was the architect of their title push for buttons?
Well, I believe with the Shankland one that the reason that was that option that he could leave as a free agent after the first season of his new contract was that Hearts board didn't want to give him the weekly fee that I think Lawrence Shankland would have been happy with, and if he'd got it, he would have signed a 3-year deal with no escape clauses or no.
Just a straight deal.
Yeah. So, but the Hearts board tried to do that deal on the cheap, effectively, and they lost Lawrence Shankland. The Hearts board, I would have thought halfway through last season, looking at the work that Derek McInnes was doing, realising that this wasn't just a kind of early season flash in the pan, and that Hearts were likely to take this all the way to the wire. They could have moved at that point to change the terms of Derek McInnes' contract, protect themselves, give themselves a, even if Rangers were to come in for him or whatever, whoever else, that they'd have been better protected financially. I think that this is a really an absolute bargain. I think when the numbers come out on this, I think you'll find Rangers are getting an absolute bargain on the deal again, because the Hearts board have been really sluggish. And they fail to see round corners here. Mm-hmm. And I think, if you're a Hearts fan, this is, you get the kick right between the legs on the last day of last season when you think you might win the title and it disappears at Celtic Park after months and months of front run. You then lose your talisman, your best goal scorer and your skipper all in one player in Lawrence Shankland, and now the manager that got so close, who's Manager of the Year awards falling off his mantelpiece, and it looks. I'd be really surprised now if this deal doesn't go through. So, from a Rangers perspective, they'll be absolutely thrilled. They should coin in a multi-million-pound fee for Danny Rowell, and as I've been saying for some time, I don't think Rangers were convinced at any point that he was the right man for next season, despite what they said in public. They've managed to get themselves into a situation where they could make a quick killing on Danny Rowell. They won't have to pay anywhere near that amount to bring in Derek McInnes. They've got themselves a far more experienced, far more capable manager. I just think that Andrew Cavan has played an absolute blinder here for Rangers.
I can't believe it, Keith, for the price that's getting kind of touted about. You think, okay, if you're going to go and get McInnes after the season, he said, fair enough, but you're going to have to pay through the nose. To have paid buttons like this just is astonishing to me. Anyway, that's my personal opinion. Some of the comments coming in. Alan says, I can understand Shanks. And he said he would prefer Stevie G as a manager, though. However, David Gray says, for McInnes, read Walter Mark II. bring it on. He's very excited. Sing the Blues says, is that Braga also Ibrox bounding? Can you imagine if we tried to pull that off? That'd be pretty remarkable.
I think they would find Hearts pretty difficult to negotiate with on that one.
Just a touch, aye.
But you've got, I'll throw one at you.
Aye.
Cammy Devlin's out of contract, hasn't got any that Cammy Devlin doesn't improve the options in that Rangers midfield? Because I'd say absolutely
I would agree with you on that, aye. Well, look, we're obviously Scotland, as I've said, the biggest night in Scotland's history.
No, but that was quite a big story.
No, what I was going to say is,
I know, apologies that we had
to... Just very finally, your gut feeling, Derek McInnes will be the next Rangers manager?
I am fairly certain, yes. I think all parties want this to happen now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, we mentioned at the top of the show, obviously Scotland's huge night in our football and history. The Scotland fans, Keith, have taken over Boston. It's an invasion. We've been talking about
really
Boston today.
Man.
I mean, you can maybe see some of the pictures just now. It's been incredible everywhere we turn today.
There's been a steady flow of them into this city since we've got here a couple of nights ago. Today it's just a tartan takeover. Everywhere you walk, we walked across the bridge towards the city centre of Boston, walked past the Tartan Army unofficial HQ, which is the Dubliner pub, and they were queuing 6 deep around the corner to get into the place.
Was crazy.
At what, 11:30 in the morning?
11:30, it wasn't even open yet, and the queues were incredible.
Yeah, and everywhere you look, there's a Scotland shirt, and they're having a brilliant time. And this is what it was always all about. You know, not all about. A massive part of it was to give these fans, these long-suffering Scotland fans, this moment, and we're walking about in Boston. I've got to tell you, Dan, brilliant city.
Oh, an amazing city.
I mean, we've not really scratched the surface of it, but that long walk today, place is absolutely beautiful. The weather is absolutely perfect. The stadium they're about to go to is below your mind stuff.
I'll say as well that I'm the generation that's grown up. I was 9 years old when we last got to a World Cup. I can barely remember that. It is about the football, obviously, but this is what it's about. It's about the trip. It's the whole
for these fans. This is once, hopefully not, but it could be once in a lifetime stuff.
Aye.
And it's something they'll never, ever, ever forget this.
Aye.
So just to see them, and by the way, they've been behaving themselves absolutely impeccably. The locals seem to love the Scottish fans. It's just been the perfect start. Or it will be the perfect start.
Aye.
As long as we post 3 points from this game. And I'm fairly sure that we will, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
And I know just for our viewers, I know this is going to be a late night for you guys at home. What time is it here?
It's going to be a late night for us.
It's going to be a late night. We won't get back probably to this hotel till about 2 o'clock in the morning US time.
It's 3:20 here.
So that's 7 o'clock in the morning back home.
Yeah.
It's going to be a late night for all you guys, whether you're watching it in the pub, whether you're...
Sorry, 8 o'clock at night there. Just now, you said in the morning there.
No, I said we'll get back.
Aye, tomorrow, sorry.
Aye, and the fans will be waiting up at 7 a.m.
Or
some of them
might still
might
be
not
up,
be.
Hopefully.
Just when we're getting back into the hotel. And what we will do is we will do a recording, me, you and Scott, and we'll have that available online as a sort of breakfast bundle tomorrow morning for anybody, hopefully, who wants to relive a magnificent night. By the way, Dan, great start. Do you know Scotland have only ever won 4 group games in the history of the World Cup?
You told me that. Yesterday, and I couldn't believe it. Astonishing. That's astonishing.
So this would be the 5th if we can make it. If we can get this result, that's how big this is.
Aye.
It's absolutely huge, and what an opportunity.
Aye, absolutely. A couple of people asking us, are we in an airport bar? No, we're actually in the lobby of
the lobby of the hotel. We're waiting for the shuttle bus to come.
Shuttle bus. The game kicks off here at 9 p.m. local time. It's only 3:20, but we're getting picked up in 45 minutes or so, 50 minutes. So it's going to be a long night. We'll come to the team in a wee minute, but some of our colleagues have been out and about with the Tartan Army. We've been on a boat trip today, Keith. We've been doing our pre-match preparation, but I think we can have a little bit of look.
When we were in the Cheesecake Factory.
And we actually were. But while we were in the Cheesecake Factory, some of our colleagues at the Record Sport were out in the boat. And let's have a little look how they got on. Did you wish you were on that?
No. I mean, I do love them and all that, but I wouldn't want to travel about with them.
There you go. Well, look, some of the comments are coming in asking us about the team. Luke says, is McTominay good to start after the stomach bug?
We believe so.
Steve Clark said yesterday he's perfect. But look, let's be honest. You know, if he's a dodgy tummy, running about in this heat can't be good for you. But even if he's 70-80% fit, we need him.
I'm afraid Scotty McDermott's got a dodgy tummy. I think that might have something to do with the Cheesecake Factory. So I'm just hoping the wee man pulls through and he can declare himself fit. Fitness test shortly before.
I'm waiting to your word if he declares himself fit.
Yeah. We have heard, haven't we? It's not confirmed, but we've heard a very strong. Well, we've heard a team from somebody that I think we could have pretty decent amount of faith in. The information is probably correct, but not verified. The team will be the exact same team, according to this source, as played Bolivia, except one change. Unfortunately for Ryan Christie, he drops out and John McGinn comes in.
So do we think John McGinn will sort of play off the left?
And off the left, yeah, exactly that. Squeezing into the midfield. Make McGinn, Ferguson and McTominay as a three. McGinn coming in off the left, and that gives Ben Doak the freedom to go and do whatever Ben Doak wants to do. Gannon Doak, sorry.
Ben Gannon Doak, Ben Michael Gannon Doak. I mean, if Steve Clark had said to Gannon Doak against Bolivia, look, go out and prove yourself that you deserve to start the World Cup.
He did it.
He did it. He more than did it.
He did it.
There's no way he can't start.
He did it. There was 2 or 3 absolutely electrifying runs from Gannon Doak in that match. He set up one on an absolute plate for Shea Adams. He was at that level of form. He's just about unplayable. And that's what we're hoping for in this World Cup, because what a game changer this could be, what a stage this could be. And he's already a young man who at the age of 19 got a £25 million move to Bournemouth.
I'll throw something in, sorry to jump in. I think after this World Cup, I think other teams could be looking at him as a 50-60 million pound player.
You're exactly right. That's not an exaggeration. If Ben Gannon Doak lights this thing up, and I think he might, given the level of performance that we saw last weekend, he is exactly the sort of player that clubs all over the world are looking for.
Yep. Dare I say at Liverpool?
And well, Jurgen Klopp always believed that. It was only Arne Slot that thought it wasn't a good idea. But he doesn't need to do it. You're not saying to Ben Gannon Doak, especially not in this heat, go and give us a full pelt 90 minutes. But pick your moments.
Aye.
And if you can set off in these sort of runs three times a half, 6 times over the course of 90 minutes, just 6 major contributions over the course of the 90 minutes or the hour or however long he's on the pitch, that will catch everybody's eyes. People will be looking at this young boy going, the potential for growth here is off the charts.
Aye.
So yeah, I'm really pleased. I think he needed that game against Bolivia. I don't think he would have made the starting lineup unless he'd really delivered in that game. He really did deliver. Now that's a great thing as well. The kind of gauntlet was thrown down to him by Steve Clark, and he didn't shy away from it. He didn't hide from it. He picked it up, and boy, did he run with it.
Do you know what? That's what I love about the Scotland team, Keith. We've got players, and the word that keeps coming to mind, kind of Gallus. See, like McTominay and Ben Doak. Listen, I'm going to take this on. I'm going to take the game.
I'm big enough to do this.
I'm not scared of this. Let's do it. And I love that about the Scotland team. John McGinn.
John McGinn, Andy Robertson. And it's been so long since we were able to say that. Like I know we've not started this campaign yet. Still got a few hours to go. But I'm going to say, and I'm not scared to say it, this Scotland squad is so much more talented than the last Scotland squad that made it to the World Cup in France '98. I don't mean that to be disparaging in any way to these guys, because they were heroes of their time. But these guys, and we had 1 or 2, 3 or 4 outstanding players back
Lambert,
then.
Collins.
But in terms of this squad, I mean, you're looking at this tonight. We've just said we think that Ryan Christie might not start the match. Is anybody going to think Ryan Christie coming off the bench makes us weaker?
Oh, no chance.
If Andy Robertson is feeling the heat after an hour tonight and we put on Kieran Tierney, these are substitutions that will improve us for the final half hour. I can't remember a situation where you had such depth of talent and such. I mean, it's not just that they're okay players; they're excellent players that are available that don't make the starting 11.
Yeah,
that's what makes me so excited. I've been trying not to get too excited. We've got a work to do here first and foremost. But now we're ready. Accreditation on. we're about to jump on this bus to go to the stadium. When we get to the press centre, which is a big aircraft hangar, isn't it?
Oh, it's mad.
We'll sit and watch Brazil versus Morocco.
Yep.
We'll get a little flavour for that, for what lies ahead. But really, it's just kind of roll on 9 p.m. here in Boston. Let's get this game on. Let's get it done. And by that point, I guarantee you, there will be no cool, yeah, this is fine. By that point, we're all going to be on the edge of our seats.
Aye.
Our stomachs are going to be churning. I swear to God. And wait you see, because there's a good Scottish contingent in this press box. I guarantee you, kind of what's meant to happen is you're meant to sit there very quietly and just be prepared. Listen to the roar in this press box. If we get a goal up,
if and when.
Oh, it will happen.
Aye.
Wait till the Scottish press, terribly unprofessional as we will lose our stuff.
Aye.
I guarantee that. I certainly know that I will.
Aye, no, I don't disagree with you. I
had to talk you out of wearing Scotland shirt to go to your work
today. He actually did. I said, look, is it? And he was like, you can't do that. Let me take one more visit to the comments for a take us home, Keith. Hannah,
take us home?
Take us home? Aye, take us home at the end of the show. Come on, keep up. Hannah Jarvis says in the comments, so I was in the boat party. There you go, Keith. On the actual football, David Watson, Craig Gordon should be number one. Gunn could not lace his boots. It looks like, from what we hear, it's going to be Angus Gunn.
It's not his boots we need to worry about.
It's his gloves, isn't it?
Gloves,
it looks like it's going to be Angus Gunn. Personally, I would go for Craig Gordon. I mean,
I would probably too, but I might be talking purely out of sentimentality.
But I take that on board. But you said this to me the other day in the show. I'm not even saying out of sentimentality. I think Craig Gordon can still pull off world class saves.
I've said it, and this is why I really wanted him, is because Craig Gordon will make the saves that nobody expects a goalkeeper to save. I think Angus Gunn will make the saves, hopefully, that he's expected to make. But I think Craig Gordon is capable of pulling off shots which no goalkeeper has any right to get on the end of. That's what I love about Craig Gordon. But we're not privy to this. We're not on that training pitch every day. We're not seeing what Steve Clarke and his goalie coach,
that's true,
Chris Woods, is seeing. They're not doing this for any other reason than they believe it's the right choice for the team. And do you know something? I know that it's maybe not so much right now that we're the start of this World Cup campaign, but along the way, it's been sort of fashionable thing to beat Steve Clarke over the head with a stick.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. I think it's time for everybody in the country, tonight of all nights, to realise this guy has done a hell of a job.
Aye.
And we should be able to trust his decision-making. Let's see, if he gets it all wrong, then we'll need to call it out, and that'll be a really sad end to the whole thing. We don't want that. If we don't win tonight, we could be looking at a situation where your World Cup's almost over.
Yeah.
We don't want that. We just want to ride this wave of positivity. The Tartan Army are here. They're drinking Boston dry, which is almost an impossibility.
They're giving it their best effort.
They're certainly giving it a shot. We just want this. This is the shot we need. The shot in the arm. Get up and running, get off the blocks early, get 3 points on the board, and then we'll need to throw a 6-6 not to get through into the knockout stages. And this adventure is only just beginning. Steve Clarke said the other day, Daniel, in the press conference, that he was asked what the fans should expect of his team. He said they'll give 100% commitment, 100% effort, and they really wanted to show their best over the course of 3 games. And then he said, or maybe 4, or maybe 5. I don't think he went to 6, did he? but they haven't come here on a tourist visa.
No,
they're here to work.
Aye.
And they believe that they have a shot here, and I think they're right.
Aye. Ross in the comment says, let's put this into perspective. This World Cup has made people believe in the national team again. How many years has it been since Scotland united this many people? Paradise says, I really think that Scotland will upset the tournament. Fresh young team, quality in their own right. I'm buzzing for it. Coming to our, Green Machine says, impact players are important because the energy sapping heat. Ryan says, Doak and Curtis are so direct, brilliant to watch, exactly what we need.
There'll be job sharing as well. You've got to remember that.
Aye.
It's just not possible to expect. The temperature just now, it's over 30 degrees here in Boston.
It is overwhelming. It really is.
I think by kick-off time tonight, the good news is the sun will have gone down, and I think they're expecting it to. By the way, the sun will have gone down. It's night time, 25 degrees. It'll be
just the 25.
25 degrees at kick-off time tonight. It's not, it's not realistic to expect a high energy guy like Ben Doak to go for 90 minutes. But again, we were talking about the quality we can bring off the bench. Ben Gannon Doak, once he's emptied his tanks, up steps young Finlay Curtis.
Yep.
If we're still needing to get forward and be in the front foot,
I'm excited to see him as well.
I'm excited. I'm excited about this team.
Yep. Martin says 3-1 Scotland for me. Paul says
it's the same one as that. That's the same scoreline I've tipped. And we Scotty.
Right, Paul says 4-1. Paulio says how many goals can we score tonight? So sorry, I was going to ask you for predictions. You went 3-1.
And so did Scott.
And Scott McDermott went 4-1.
No, he went 3-1.
Oh, he went 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
You two are at it, but
we just know the football, mate.
I'm going to go 2-0. 2-0. Shankland and Doak. There you go.
You think Doak's going to score, do you?
I think it's going to pop up that back post.
Not McTominay then.
Do you know what? Shankland and McTominay 2-0. There you go. Right, look, I think that brings us to the end of tonight's first instalment of Hotline Live, brought to you by Scottish Water. As Keith said earlier on, we'll be doing the show now, and we'll be doing one in the early hours of Sunday morning for you guys back home.
It won't be live. We'll do it as a record when we get back to this. And by the way, we're planning. We're no daft. This is not our first rodeo, or certainly not mine. So it's likely that the hotel will be pretty much dubbed up when we get back. So supplies have been sent for. We might have an impromptu party out the back of the hotel in the courtyard to celebrate Scotland getting off to a flying start. And if it's not that, then we can maybe drown our sorrows with a beer or two. I'm
reliably told by our producer Paul that tomorrow's episode will be available by 9 a.m.
The breakfast bundle, folks.
Breakfast bundle for UK time.
And it could be a really, really happy breakfast time.
It could be a good one. So we hope you can check that out then. Thank you so much for watching this evening. Thanks for all the comments. What I was going to say, other than come on Scotland, let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's absolutely do it. Thank you for watching. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Cheers.